Hello everyone, this is the broadcast team of 6 Digits World Cup 2025 and we will be bringing you some interviews from the players in the tournament.
Hello everyone and welcome back to 6WC2025. My name is Maiji and today we have the Switzerland and Japan pre-match interview, and today I'm joined by Natsuko-sama, the Switzerland captain, and as well as RoboFreak. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing good.
Hello, Maji. Fine for me.
You know, some of you guys are pretty experienced tournament players, like, I know you two have played tournaments, Pyox, Fapsme, and Sorda have played tournaments, but what about the other players on the team, Are they newer to tournaments? What's the story with them?
So I think Kogus also played in the 6-digit Switzerland Cup, and he did pretty well around the time, while being still pretty low ranked, and I think through this tournament he got to 6WC. Yuno is like really experienced. He plays a tons of years. He was like 2 years ago, I think, the 6EC team for Switzerland and has a lot of experience. And Squeak, I'm not sure how much experience he has.
Remember that probably for people who know finished sixth on the 6th European Cup, as RoboFreak told. Otherwise, we have Fapsme, Soda, Pyox, and RoboFreak here, who carry the team. Unfortunately, RoboFreak don't play for this moment. Also, Quick, I don't know him so much. It's the first time that I know you, but he's strong on the aim, yeah. And August, I don't know him so much, but I start to know him. But he already played, as RoboFreak said, the Switzerland Cup first, and already a tournament with Sheep, if I don't say wrong. And finally, yeah, we have a good team, a good community in Switzerland. So yeah, we have our chance to win the Japan. I hope we will win.
We of course also got Natsuko-sama, who's carrying our whole team on the hard rocks and high AR stuff. Super strong and the best captain we could have gotten.
I literally play only AR10. But yeah.
You guys did lose to the United States, but I mean, they were seed 3 in the USA, a really strong team. But what was that match like, and is there anything you regretted doing during that match, or were you guys happy with how you performed?
RoboFreak didn't hear, but for me, I clearly have a regret. I practically sight reading. I start to practice 4 hours before the match. No, I already play once the map pool, but only no more than HG. And also we have only 4 players, so perma lobby, so it was hard to play everything. In addition, you probably know, but I have bad issues with warm. It was fucking warm in this day, and for me it was impossible to play. My hands slide a lot, and other people maybe nerves. I don't know, but it was the past. Now we have a match this weekend against Japan. We will give everything, and yeah, I trust in my team, because we clearly can win. After, in any case, I love my team. I love every player. I love the community Switzerland. How about you, RoboFreak?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say much about the US match because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But I think they played pretty well. Especially Sorda and Vapsme did really, really good. Kogus with a lot of like reverse chokes, popping off at the ending, but just a bit too late to get the score on the Swiss side. But I think overall we didn't play that bad.
Just me who was lower than other.
I mean, you weren't that much lower. You were also pretty okay on most maps.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, it is unfortunate that, you know, you guys had to play seed 3. I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes with being a lower seed. But, you know, if you guys had to choose a team, what country would you guys want to go against? Do you want
Yeah, I kind of want to play against Malaysia, but they're out after quals, so it's pretty sad. But Germany would have also been pretty cool to play against them.
What's your guys' scouting process, and do you guys have a plan going against Japan, Natsuko?
Personally, I will try to practice more. I already practice every day, except we are Thursday, so Tuesday. Tuesday I play only also catch. So yeah, I didn't practice Tuesday, but otherwise I will try to practice the maximum. And I send regularly message in the Discord in Switzerland, and I encourage all players to practice. Otherwise, maybe also the luck, because we probably also need a bit luck to win. But yeah, if we practice enough, if we just have a good synergy, we can do it. I don't know, RoboFreak, what you think about?
Yeah, I think everything is doable. Our team is practicing pretty hard this week, so that we don't get kicked out of the tournament this early. And yeah, I just think we should keep practicing, and Natsuko is doing a great job motivating everybody, looking for strategies during the match.
I just hope we will have enough. Because yeah, as you could see the previous match, we was only 4, and I hope we can be 5 or maybe 6 players for Japan. Because yeah, it's really hard to play every map.
Do you have anything to say to Japan if they watch this interview?
I mean, just practice hard and we'll have a great match, have fun, and hopefully no TB, please. And just like finish it quickly.
I hope we can find a good schedule and have enough. And otherwise, good luck, guys. Good luck, and the most important thing, have fun. The loser is out, but for next time, let's go meet in the grand final, I hope.
That's gonna end off the interview. Thank you so much, Natsuko and RoboFreak. And it was me, Maiji, on the pre-match interview of Switzerland and Japan. I'm not sure if they'll reschedule the match, but good luck to both teams, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Well, alright, hello everyone, welcome to the 6-Day World Cup. We just watched the interview between one of our broadcast people, Maiji, and the Swiss team, RoboFreak and Natsuko, as we're gonna get into the match Japan against Switzerland here. Losers bracket, so the loser of this match does get completely eliminated out of the tournament. With me here today, I have Timber. Good morning, hello, how do you feel about this match?
Hello. On paper, this match will be pretty one-sided, looking at the seeding from qualifiers, with Switzerland being seed 30, Japan being seed 19. There is quite a big gap between the two, so I think we'll probably see Japan taking an early lead, but I hope Switzerland can do something to stop Japan in any way possible.
Yeah, I mean, Switzerland is not a bad team by any means. They have some good players. You obviously have players such as Dot Pyx and Bospme, who have a lot of experience playing tournaments. Natsuko-sama and RoboFreak as well, pretty good players. Especially Natsuko-sama, who's this year's captain. And on the other side, on Japan, you have players such as Yukiyama, who's a very good all-rounder. You have players such as Mugang, who are insanely good at tabbing. Shiga, really good at low AR. So Japan does have the upper hand. They did play against a far weaker team than Switzerland did last week, with Switzerland playing against the United States and Japan playing against Brazil. So there is absolutely room for Switzerland to take this, although Japan, very much a stronger team. It's a very much uphill battle for Switzerland to be able to get points on the board, if even win here.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for them, definitely with how good Japan is this year as well. And from looking at the scores from last week, it is from the maps both teams played. It's looking like Japan has won most of them with a bigger score gap as well. And if we take a look at the qualifiers results really quick, we also see that the no-mod scores are actually pretty close together for most of them. But if you go into the mod pool and definitely the gimmick picks, there is that bigger difference between the two.
Yeah, I mean, something to note is that Switzerland seems to be pretty good at kinds of weird kind of aims. They did really good on Hidden 1 and DT1 in qualifiers, which were both a little weird. And did actually outscore Japan just barely on both maps. On Hidden 1, it was by around 120k, something like that, which is a pretty impressive score gap because of how difficult that map was. So absolutely they have a chance to take a few points. But we'll just have to wait and see, as I believe we'll be very slowly getting into the match soon here.
Yeah, I think we have had one warm-up. I don't know if there is one or two. Okay, there's going to be a second warm-up. Okay. Thank you, streamer.
But yeah, hopefully Switzerland also has their full team this week, because last week they only had 4 players, which did kind of screw their chances of making it past the United States completely, even more than they already were. So this week, if they have all of their players, they absolutely have a chance to perform very well.
Definitely. I don't know if something happened in qualifiers. I guess RoboFreak was not there during qualifiers for them. So maybe that had an impact on their seeding. So it's going to be interesting to see if the seeding does represent their skill. And with these scores that we see now, it's going to be a little bit closer to no mods, and then just the gimmick maps that Japan is just way better in.
Yeah, Japan having those players such as Shiga, Earl Grey, and Yukiyama, who are very good at these kinds of gimmick maps, with people like Miski supporting as well, are just a really strong gimmick roster overall. Like in the whole tourney, I believe they're like top 6 gimmick rosters overall. So they have a very strong gimmick roster, but on the other hand, Switzerland is kind of known for having good low SR over all 6WCs. They've had a pretty good low SR every 6WC that they've played. So overall, with this being only 5.1, they have a chance to take a lot of the more mechanics-based points. I think things like Nomad 1, Nomad 2 are definitely their best bets, things like DT1 as well. So if they just go heavy into mechanics, ban out as much gimmick as they can, Switzerland can take a bunch of points, and I think this can even be a tiebreaker, if I'm being completely honest. Switzerland is really good at low SR.
Yeah, definitely with the free mod 2 this week not really being an anti-mod, but it is an 8.3 AR instead of the 8.0 you normally would see, and also CS 4.7. It's a little bit less of a HR2 hidden 2 combination. So it's going to be interesting to see if Switzerland can take a point on that if they do pick it.
Yeah, but for now we just have to wait for warm-ups to be over, as I believe we've done a team intro for both teams. I have no idea what this warm-up is, but it seems like just a fun circle tech map from the looks of it, with Shiga playing easy hidden and FCing until now.
Yeah, you definitely see that the Japanese team has hiddens and hidden and hidden, and it's just all the players just taking hidden at least. I think Mugen Q also took easy, but they already failed.
Yeah, they took easy. They didn't even fail. I don't think they just started up in the map, I'm pretty sure. I actually don't know what happened there.
Oh, true, actually. They have near 0 score.
Yeah. And green loading bar, so they just
there we go.
never loaded in oh, there we go, yeah.
That's going to be interesting. This player is going to be behind for like a full minute or more.
Yeah.
But I did take easy, as I saw.
Yeah, something to note about Japan as well, right? They have Shiga who can actually play easy. So I feel like free mods, just because of that, if they're comfortable with easy, like Japan can very easily just abuse easy a lot. especially on Free Mod 1, which is kind of easy with easy. Free Mod 2 not so much because of the rhythm aspect, but Free Mod 1 is very simple, just awkward aim. Then if you have comfortability on easy enough, then that it shouldn't be that much of a problem.
Mm-hmm. I don't even think Free Mod 1 is that much of an awkward aim map. If you're like comfortable in aiming, those patterns in the Free Mod 1 are just normal aim patterns, in my opinion. The angles that you have to aim at are pretty normal, in my opinion. It's only the weird geometric patterns that you have to watch out for, but that should be fine for most aim players.
Yeah, most likely. Why do I see an Among Us? I swear I saw Among Us. But yeah, that's the warm-ups done. Mugang is a little behind by, I believe, a full-on minute 20, if I'm not wrong.
But the funny thing is they did finish at the same time as the other players, so it's just the client being client.
We love Banjo.
But now that the warm-ups are done, we're gonna go into the ban and protect phase. And we're gonna wait for the rolls. And I think that we already had the rolls there. And it's looking like Switzerland won that. 80-46.
Yeah, Switzerland winning the roll. If I were to take a guess on protects, I feel like it's like, I'm gonna make a crazy call. I think maybe Hard Rock won by Switzerland because of how tapping heavy it actually is, or like mechanics heavy. They could also go into No Mod 4 if they want to protect the deck map, which I believe they actually outscored Japan on last week as well. So the very good performance there, obviously. So it's something to look out for. No Mod 4 could be a protect. We could also see them protecting something like No Mod 1, No Mod 2, or if they want to go crazy, DT1. And on the side of Japan, they're most likely going to protect one of the gimmick maps, I would assume a free mod or hidden 2. Those are my guesses for protects here.
Yeah. But with Switzerland going for second protect, Japan is going to protect first, is going to ban first, and is going to pick second. So it's Switzerland picking first. But now the first protect is going to be Japan. So let's see what they are going to protect. I'm thinking they'll protect a gimmick pick, so something like Hidden 2, or Free Mod 2, or Free Mod 1 even. They go for the No Mod 5. I guess that's also a good thing since the No Mod 5 is AR8 in this pool. It is a little bit of an aimier pick with some weird octagon type shapes. They have to jump, so it's a little bit more of a gimmicky aim pick this week. And Switzerland going for No Mod 4.
Yeah, that No Mod 4 protect makes a lot of sense. They won it last week. They're generally very comfortable on tech maps, especially players like Wopsme, who I believe are generally better on tech than they are on other skill sets. So seeing the tech map get protected, not surprised at all. I would be a little surprised, even though Hidden 1 is tech, if Japan bans it. Because it is a tech map, but it's also hidden, and Japan really likes their hidden.
Yep.
So I think it's probably No Mod 2 or Hard Rock 1, one of the two, and they end up
Free Mod 2. Yeah, that's probably normal. They'll ban out as many gimmick maps as they can. I think Japan is going to try and pick as many of the gimmick picks during the first round, so the first 4 maps, until the second ban phase is hitting. Because there has to be that Switzerland is going to ban another gimmick if it's still available.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like they really just want to get rid of anything gimmick. Like, I think honestly even No Mod 3 is on the table in the future if Hidden 2 and Free Mod 1 are off the table already. But I really feel like Switzerland just has a lot of maps they want to ban. I'm not sure what Japan's banning though, because they have.
Wait, Switzerland banned out of turn.
Oh my!
It was Japan's ban first. But I don't see any bans coming in from Japan just yet. So we'll have to see what they are banning. So, but I think there's nothing that Japan can do now about that the free mod 2 ban. That's gonna happen anyway, and we see a DT2 ban from Japan here.
Banning out what I believe is their weakest skill set, that being DT finger control, which, looking at their qualifier results, while they did not do bad on by any means, 2.1 mil, they did pretty decently. I do feel like it's their weakest skill set overall on DT, and this map is kind of a mix between both speed and finger control, which Japan really does not enjoy. As we now see the free mod 2 ban coming in again from Switzerland as we get into the picks, with Switzerland having their first pick here.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna see Hidden 2 probably. Or no, sorry, it's Switzerland first, right? No, it's Switzerland first.
Yeah,
And
it's
the Switzerland banning out of turn got me a little bit confused. So it is Switzerland's pick, so we're probably gonna see something mechanic. I doubt they'll go immediately into Nomad 4. Mainly because with the second ban phase being later in this match, you want to try and keep as many of the protects open, so that you pick as many maps that are not protected that you're comfortable on. And we go with the Hidden 1.
This is a kind of surprising pick, because while I don't think it's a bad pick by any means, it's another tech map, it makes sense, they do like their tech. It's very risky, because last round we did see how comfortable Sheikah, Mugang, and Yukiyama can be on hidden tech. You also have players such as Earl Grey who are very good at hidden. So Japan's no pushover when it comes to these hidden maps, and this is a very risky first pick that I feel like Switzerland can win. They have good tech players, and as with the Nomad 4 Protect and winning tech maps against Japan, kind of overall suggests they are good, but this is a very risky pick. I'm not sure how I feel about this one purely because of Japan's very strong hidden.
Yeah, with Japan being so good at those gimmick picks, at that hidden, it is indeed a very bold pick to make for Switzerland. But if they do feel comfortable on this map, and if they do have those practice scores being FCs and having enough of those, it could be a very close map.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. This map is kind of on the longer side as well, 3 minutes 15. A little on the harder side too. This is kind of a skill cap map in the pool overall, with a lot of this pool being somewhat around the 5.1 star range and this being a little bit above. So one of the harder maps in the pool, again, something that I feel like favors Japan because of their higher skill cap, especially on players like Yukiyama and Mugang. But we'll have to see, as I believe players are getting readied up. If I'm not wrong, we will be seeing them start soon, with Natsuko-sama, 7 Sorda, Vaps, me, and Pyux on the side of Switzerland against Yukiyama, Earl Grey, Miski, and Mugang on the side of Japan. Let's start with the first map of the Switzerland versus Japan match in round of 16 of 6WC.
Yeah, this map being on the longer side in this pool, being 3 minute 15. Most of the maps are around 2 minutes or 2 minute 30 in between those time ranges, so they're a little bit shorter. This map being one of the outliers in that. So we'll hopefully see not too many act drops, because that is the killer in this type of map, the longer maps. It's most of the time the act drops that will decrease a player's score by the most. In the shorter map, it will be combo for the most part. So let's see if they can hold their act at a high percentage here at the start.
Yeah, this is something we saw earlier in the Philippines against Australia match, where Australia was holding pretty decent combos, but the accuracy just didn't allow them to take this. And they won the map in the end, but it was very close because of the accuracies, as we see Wopsme first break. Not gonna matter too much, it's very early in the map, there is a lot of combo left, and the accuracy is on their side, especially thanks to Natsuko holding the SS, drops to 100. But it's the slow section, we're just building up to the real meat of this map here.
Yeah, this map being a little bit of a techie pick, as we already said. And now with this slider aim part in this Ki, Natsuko is gonna find a miss. Japan still holding. Earl Grey does find a miss for Japan though, and it's going to be traded between the two, and Japan finds a lead in this map.
Yeah, that early break allowing Japan to take a bit of a lead for now, but they are still very much in the danger zone. Even just one more break from them could put them on a bad place. As we see Earl Grey finding that break, not gonna matter too much. He was a dropped combo already and a support, but any combo is good on this map, especially in a match like this where both teams seem to be very comfortable so far. Accuracy a little bit on the side of Japan as well, especially thanks to Miski, who's holding that 99% FC. But we'll be getting into the slow build up into another section. Everyone hits the triangle as we get into another slider aim section.
Mitsuki does find a miss there, and with that, the score lead is gonna go, or not gonna go, to Switzerland, with Dotby also finding a miss. And missing again, Mitsuki breaking as well. It's switching towards Switzerland now, probably because of the accuracy lead.
Yeah, the accuracy plus the higher combo on Natsuko over Grey here, as they just have more support. Miski also not able to hold up any combo anymore, as now Switzerland just a little bit of a higher support combo. They are against two FCs. Yukiyama and Mugang are gonna start shooting up with their score very quickly, especially as Vapsmi finds a break here. And then now Japan on the front foot, as it's just Sorda on the side of Switzerland. Japan with that double FC doesn't have support. The score stays on the side of Switzerland, but it's not gonna stay for long, as it does switch over to Japan here. As Sorda misses as well, and now Japan double FC here is gonna be taking the lead by a massive long shot.
Yeah, this score is gonna explode towards the side of Japan with no combos on the side of Switzerland. Mitsuki finding a break on that slow section, but it doesn't really matter when there's two SCs on the side of Japan. Dotpai missing again on this slow section. And it's just, there's no combos on the side of Switzerland to even be able to challenge the combos on the side of Japan.
Yeah, they really needed Sorda and Vapsmi to just hold until the end to have a chance on this one. But it does appear that as we approach the end of the Hidden One, we see the first breakpoint of the match, but not by too much. Japan just barely clutching that out with their double FC from Yukiyama and Mugang. I'm not sure if Yukiyama is an FC, but they are still an S rank. With now Japan getting their pick, coming in from a very close Hidden One here.
Yeah. Definitely, with that score from Earl Grey, it was really close. Earl Grey not finding this map the most comfortable, as it seems, but they did enough. They did enough to let Japan win this match, or win this pick, I guess. But let's go back to the map pool and see what the next pick is going to be. It's up to Japan to pick the next map.
My call is hit into our free mod one. They just wanna abuse modded picks against Switzerland, and these two maps especially are something that I feel like Switzerland is gonna struggle on. You can also go into Hard Rock, although that's a lot more risky, as Japan is not the most comfortable on Hard Rock overall. They have some decent Hard Rock players, but it's not what you usually see from them. So now it's just a question of which they go into. I don't think either team really wants to touch DT for now, so that's gonna stay open for a little while longer, with no other picks coming from there, as we're now just waiting for Japan as they pick free mod 1, going into a free mod with the rules being, I believe, just one hidden, one hard rock, one whatever mod, and one free mod here.
Yeah, the hidden can also be substituted with easy, so it's probably going to be an easy maybe on both sides of this in the teams, because this map on easy, as we already told most of you, that this map is pretty easy with easy.
Yeah, especially for a player like Shiga, who's overall just a very good reading player. This map is certainly something that they can perform well on. And I believe we even saw them on easy in either qualifiers or round of 32 on the free mod. I do not remember exactly which round it was in. But they did play easy, they played it incredibly well too. So it's something to look out for from them. They FC'd last round's easy as well on free mod too, so They're a very good easy player. It's something to look out for, as I believe Yukiyama is going to go Nomad, Earl Grey hidden, and Miyavi Hard Rock as Miyavi, the star Hard Rock player in Japan, against what is probably going to be a double hidden 1 Hard Rock from Switzerland, although I'm not sure who's taking what mods here.
May we see an overmod from Japan? With the abundance of mod players that they have.
That is possible, although I don't think it's likely. I do know that Yukiyama is a hidden preference player, so there's a possibility, but I'm not 100% sure. It's kind of up in the air for that. It is possible though, and it would be really cool to see an overmod from Japan, as risky as it can be.
Yeah, overmodding is not something you see very much. It straight up means that you're taking more mods than is needed to abide by the rules for this free mod. It's mainly done by teams that are just more comfortable, and it's mainly hidden that is picked more than Hard Rock, because Hard Rock just makes it harder. Hidden is sometimes a preference mod for some players, so maybe we'll see that happen here, but it is still in the early rounds. There might just be a player taking the no mod just to have a assured score, I guess.
Yeah, and we get into it. Japan does not, in fact, overmod. They go the 1 hidden, 1 easy, 1 hard rock combination. As Shiga takes the easy, Miyavi taking the hard rock, Earl Grey taking the hidden. With 7 sorta on the hidden, Natsuko-sama on hard rock, and Vaspmi on the hidden as well. Double hidden coming in from Switzerland with Dot Pyx and Yukiyama on the no mods. With Japan taking an early lead here by accuracy, which also, just to note, I do believe that easy multipliers are automatically calculated in the score line at the bottom.
Yes, they are. And I think that core lead is completely due to the insane axe drop that Natsuko-sama has. Because of the hard rock, at the start of the map, they were just getting 100 upon 100 upon 100. And that is terrible for your score on Score V2. But 7 Sword does find a miss there. Still early on in the map, this was another longer map, so a miss won't be that influential, but if they can't keep up a combo in the next part of this map, it might be hard for Switzerland to breakpoint this.
Already, just going into these sections, we are seeing Shiga does find a break, but was assessing until now. Earl Grey as well, assessing until this point. We see 7 Sorda and Miyavi trading breaks. Grey trades a break. And now Switzerland on the combo advantage, actually, by a lot, by another FC, as even the Waspsmi takes a hit, does find his break. They are still very much in the lead and will start dragging this score back very slowly. But Yukiyama on that 99% FC no mod with Shiga's multiplier score being at around 190k currently, are gonna be keeping them all at bay here for now. As we're going through another slow section halfway through the map, Switzerland having a really good chance to bring this back here.
Yeah, with those 2 FCs that they still have against that one, they just have to keep up those support combos to try and counter the support combos that are trying to build back up on the side of Japan. And with this the slower part, it is looking like these support combos can casually just build up again, but M1 does find a miss there, which is terrible for Japan, with the score lead now drastically dropping towards Switzerland.
Yeah, that break from Miyavi, that's a very bad break. Earl Grey finds a break himself as well, and now Switzerland on a massive combo lead, 100k almost in the lead, as now it's just Yukiyama who has any chance of bringing this back. Shiga, even though they have good accuracy and are playing easy, because of that easy, the singular break does cut their score a lot. Vapsmi finds a break, but he's not the main combo you're looking at, as now Switzerland, despite Natsuko's accuracy and the early breaks, is going to be taking the lead by a lot. Shiga Miyavi finding more breaks, and now Switzerland is just very much in the lead by a lot, very comfortably ahead currently with 250k score difference and growing quickly.
Look at that shaking by Natsuko, by the way. And they do find a miss, but Shiga and everyone do find a miss as well. It's only dot by against Yukiyama. But the support combos on the side of Switzerland are just better. And with that, the score lead is going to increase. And it's coming up to the end of the map, and we're seeing a breakpoint. 2 breakpoints in a row.
This is an insane map to take a breakpoint on. Because, like, Dot Pyrex and Yukiyama both finding FCs, Yukiyama with a way higher accuracy by 1%. But the support from Natsuko and Seven Sorda for Dot Pyrex was just far greater than whatever Japan had. And even though she got getting, give or take, 500k on the easy, it's just not even close. Switzerland just pulling ahead by so much. And double breakpoint to start us off with this match.
Yeah,
That has kind of thrown all expectations that I've had about these teams out of the window.
Yeah, that is interesting. Definitely not how we thought it would go. Definitely not how the stats thought it would go. But Switzerland, well done. Breakpointing the pick from Japan and tying this match up again. With that, it's back to Switzerland with the pick to see if they can consolidate this breakpoint, as Japan has just failed to do that.
Now, the big question here is, what does Switzerland want to pick? Because you just won Free Mod 1. I feel like you could want to pick Free Mod 2 if you didn't ban it earlier. But, like, what else do you pick? You don't want to go Hidden 2 because that's too low AR. Hard Rock 2 is really hard overall. Hard Rock 1 is Hard Rock tapping, which I do believe Japan has a bit of an edge on, even though it is kind of 50-50. And Nomad 2 is so low BPM that I feel like Switzerland is not going to be too comfortable, so they don't have too many great options, but they do have maps such as DT1, DT3 open. They can go into Nomad 1. If they really want to test the waters, they could go Nomad 4, although picking your Protect prior to the second ban phase is very risky overall. So a lot of options here for Switzerland, but overall, they are kind of limited to just DT and Nomad 1, in my opinion.
They go for the Nomad 3, though. It is another consistency map, just like the Free Mod 1 is, kind of. The Nomad 3 being an alternating consistency map. Another longer map, almost 4 minutes, if I remember right. Or 3 minute 30. And I think this was a custom, right? And it is indeed a custom by Nomi Nomu.
Yeah, custom by Nomi Nomu and background by Perry Crayola as well, which we did forget to mention as well. Rabin storyboard on the Free Mod 1 too.
Oh, true, yeah. And the map by RT Wisen on the Free Mod 1.
Yeah, it's now Nomad 3. Very risky pick in my opinion, because Japan's not a pushover on ult at all. They are pretty decent overall. They do struggle with flow a little bit at times, but they're not bad at it by any means, and this is another riskier pick, and I'm not sure how this one's gonna go. Although, if Switzerland is just comfortable on this, then it is entirely possible for them to win. As we see the first switch off on the Swiss side with RoboFree coming in for Natsuko-sama.
Looking at the qualifier scores for the Nomad 3, it is only a 20,000 score difference in Japan's favor. So this map is pretty close for both teams. Japan did play the Nomad 3 last week with a 2.1 million score, but Switzerland did not. So, and the two Nomad 3s from last week and this week are pretty comparable. They're practically the same, as in they're both alternating consistency longer maps. So if Japan played Nomad 3 last week with a 2.1 million score, you're probably going to see that score again. Maybe even higher, could be lower. It's dependent on how the players are playing this day. But it's going to be up to Switzerland to try and beat Japan on this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think Switzerland has a real shot. I mean, we just saw them win a map that we didn't think they win, and while I do believe that Japan is slightly favored, they are a very consistent team. Switzerland is good, so we'll have to wait and see, as we will be getting into the map very shortly here. RoboFreak, Sorda, Vapsme, and Pyox on the side of Switzerland, Yukiyama, Shiga, Shiumano, and Earl Grey on the side of Japan, with Shiumano making their first appearance in this match, as we start off with the Nomad 3.
Who is not skipping? And there we go. Yeah, this is probably the most important part in the start of this map is try and keep up your accuracy. Yukiyama does find a early miss here, but it's not really that important. It's mainly to hold up the accuracy, and if they only miss, it's going to be easy to recover that accuracy. But RoboFreak is losing a lot of accuracy in the start here, but Earlgrave does find another miss for Japan.
Japan's overall just not looking too comfortable combo-wise. They have good accuracies all around, especially Shiga with the 98% FC. But overall, just that combo is on the side of Switzerland, which does allow them to take it for now over to their side just very barely. Both teams still very close. Pyox finding himself a break, which does give Japan a bit more breathing room. Once again, Pyox finding another break as Earl Grey trades it. Both teams basically even on the combo and on the accuracy. As even though Pyox finds more breaks, Switzerland still having good combos. RoboFreak finds himself a chain miss, as now Japan is very firmly taking this lead. Shiga and Shimano with those FCs, Yukiyama with that virtually FC as well, are going to be giving Japan a massive advantage here, as Switzerland is left behind in the dust for now.
Yeah, that 87.3% accuracy on RoboFreak's score here is not helping Switzerland in the least. Definitely with that accuracy drop plus the combo drop that they had, their score is still under 100k, where some players are almost at 200 or even over 200. Dotpie does also have less than 100,000, also because of that accuracy. As you can see, just the accuracy differences are enough to make that score lead be this big.
Yeah, Japan just has an accuracy lead. Yeah, the combo lead is there, but the accuracy is even more insane. Vapsme and Sorda do have good accuracy. Shiomano finds a break. Vapsme trades that break, as Ergoy finds himself a break as well, and now it's Sorda with the support of Dotpiex against just Yukiyama as Shiga finds a break. And now it's just the FC on Sorda against the reverse choke from Yukiyama. Accuracy on the side of Yukiyama, they will be getting their score up, but they have no support besides Shimano. Yukiyama finds a break, and now Sorda, the only FC in the lobby, is going to be able to start bringing this over to the Swiss side. It's very quickly going down from Japan.
There's a quarter of the map left. They're going to see the combos now, and they're seeing that Sorda still has that FC. Rogray does find another miss here. It's not going to help Japan in any way, shape, or form. And Shimano also missing. RoboFreak Dotpie, a lot of misses in this part here. And Sorda still holding on to that 1000 combo now. And with that, the score lead is back to Switzerland.
Yes, Sorda with that 1k combo does bring it over, but Vapsme is there with the support in case Sorda does find a break for himself, as both of them are currently bringing this over to their side by such a huge margin. And Switzerland, out of nowhere, turning this pick around, going from losing miserably to winning and beating Japan into a pulp here as the map ends. Sorda, 96% FC on the Nomad 3, insane score, hitting the triangle at the end. And that's a 260k advantage towards Switzerland taking the Nomad 3.
Yeah, well, it is their pick, of course. So they did win their own pick for the first time in this match. And it's now up to Japan to find a map that they are comfortable on and that they can actually win. I doubt they will go for the protect, but what else is there to... I guess the hidden 2?
Yeah, there's hidden 2. They could try something like Nomad 2, because again, low BPM tapping, it is a little gimmicky. So like hidden 2 Nomad 2, but afterwards Japan kind of runs out of picks. They do have the ability to play Hard Rock better than Switzerland overall, so they can go into something like Hard Rock 2 and just hope that Miyavi can 1v4 with a little bit of support. But that's a risky option, and I do believe that either Hard Rock 2 or Hidden 2 is getting banned in the second ban phase by Switzerland, so they kind of have to decide what they're more comfortable on here. Or they can go into something else completely and leave it up to fate, but either way, Japan kind of at a loss for now.
Yeah, I definitely think that Hidden 2 would favor them a little bit more. just because of how hidden focused most of their team is. But Hard Rock 2 is also another gimmick map that could favor them, but I would think they would go for the hidden 2 here. But they do go for the normal 2.
This does make sense. This is 160 BPM flow. While I don't think that Japan is that great at flow overall, this is not super flow heavy in the same sense that Nomad 3 or Hidden 1 last round was. So Japan, pretty good on this kind of map. They don't really have the mechanics to usually play Nomad 2 super well, but this map, with how low BPM it is, being only 160, it's certainly something that Japan wants to pick, and I do think this is a very good pick for Japan. I don't think Switzerland really likes these kinds of not low but not high either maps.
Yeah, and with the score looking pretty good from Rhino 32 for the normal 2. Last normal 2 in Rhino 32 was 200 BPM, was Ascension to Heaven, so it was a pretty well-known map. But this map is only 160. So it could favor both teams if they are just comfortable in this BPM, because the streams in this map are a little bit more spaced. I think there's a little bit of stream acceleration and deceleration as well.
Yeah,
not that much.
There's a couple of accel and decel patterns in this that are probably the trickiest parts of this map. So it will be up to who can hit those. We do see Switzerland coming in with another switch, putting in Squeak Squeak, instead of what I believe is Dot Pyox, I believe. No, never mind. Robo Freak. Yeah,
Dot Py is Robo Freak that's left.
Yeah. And then Japan, looking for that fourth player. They have Miski, Yukiyama, and Miyavi in with what I would probably guess is someone like Mugang. Although we've not seen Mugang at all, and Mugang is one of their better players overall. So I do believe we will be seeing them very soon, as they do in fact get in the lobby for what is probably going to be one of their best maps in this match.
Yeah, definitely the roster of M1, Mugang, those two definitely are being set into this match, because those are the two tapping players. And then it's being filled up by Yukiyama and by Miski. So it's going to be interesting to see how they perform on this. We see some good lucks in chat, so I think we're going to get started soon.
Let's get into the Nomad to Infinity Heaven, another very well-known song if you've been around tournaments or just Osu for a little while. As we get straight into it here, Switzerland, Squeak Squeak, 7 Sorta, Vopsme, and Dot Pyox. We've been seeing Vopsme and Dot Pyox on virtually everything against Miski, Miyavi, Yukiyama, and Mugang on the side of Japan. As we get straight into this slow build-up section, Japan having a bit of an accuracy lead, but this section is not going to matter in the grand scheme of things once we get to the real flow parts of this map.
Yeah, as this map is only 2 minutes 30, the combo is going to matter a little bit more than the accuracy in the start, definitely. And we have Bancho taunting for a little bit. And it's just, I think, the accuracy lead for Japan right now, but Mugen Q does find an early break, but the score is still growing in favor of Japan here a little bit, but it's stagnating, and that's, I think, just because of the accuracy.
Yeah, it's just the accuracy. As we get into the first streams, we see a bit of that Axel we were talking about. Vopsme finding a break on the flow, giving Japan a pretty big lead. Miski finds a break themselves, though. And now it's back to Switzerland on that combo lead. Squeak Squeak, not having the greatest accuracy, but they have that combo. They are overstreaming, but the combo's there. As right now, it is Switzerland with that triple FC. Miski finding another break right before the slow section, where now Switzerland can build up a lot of score here, a lot of free combo. There are some tricky patterns here still, but it is a lot of stuff that Switzerland seems to be hitting quite well. As Miski finds another break, and now Switzerland very much on the front foot, having a massive combo advantage. I believe an accuracy advantage is still on the Japan side, but with Miyavi missing, accuracy is not going to matter, as the triple FC is just going to run away with the score.
Yeah, and with the accuracy dropping on Yukiyama's score, this score is gonna slide towards Switzerland, with them having still 2 FCs, one with a terrible accuracy, might I say. But Sorta does find a break, but it's still Squeak holding on to that FC. But the score is gonna go slowly back towards Japan.
Yeah, Yukiyama just has the accuracy to bring this over. It was Yukiyama against Squeak, and if Squeak just had that accuracy or sorta held for a little longer, it would have been Switzerland's breakpoint. But Japan, unless something insane happens in this ending, which I highly doubt, is gonna be taking this back. Mugang and Yukiyama just barely clutching it out here at the end of the Nomwa 2 are gonna be taking their point. We're going 2-2 into the second ban phase.
This was way too close. I think this, for Japan, this was way too close of a pick to feel comfortable. They really have to try and get those gimmick picks in. But with the next ban phase coming now, I think one of those gimmick picks will be gone.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't a bad pick. They still ended up winning, but it does look like they underperformed heavily, as this is not how close you want to be on your second pick. But now, getting into the second ban phase, I believe it is going to be Switzerland who's going to be banning first, and I do think that this is most likely Hidden 2 or Hard Rock 2. One of those two maps is getting banned out by Switzerland. I am not 100% sure if they really have something else they would like to go other than those two maps. Maybe Hard Rock 1 if they're scared of Japan's tapping, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I think the most rational thing that Switzerland can do here is just to try and ban any gimmick that they can. For Japan, I think the Hard Rock one would be best, or maybe even the DTE, just to ban out a pick that is more of a toss-up.
Yeah, I think maybe DT1 or DT3, one of the two, depending on which one they're less comfortable on. We do
That
see
goes Hidden 2.
Yeah, Hidden 2 ban from Switzerland makes complete sense.
Yep.
With Japan probably banning DT3, if I'm being honest. That's what I am currently thinking about, just because of it being another DT tapping map.
It was banned by Switzerland, by the way, not Japan.
Oh, what? Did they switch
Sorry.
onto... Oh.
No, it was
DT2 was
put in
banned
wrong
by...
by...
Was it what?
The hidden 2. The streamer put on banned by Japan.
Oh, oops.
So it was Switzerland that banned the Hidden 2. Now waiting for the ban from Japan here. And as you said, probably a DT is just an okay ban to have here. The Nomad one will probably stay open, from what I think, just because of how much of a coin flip it is in any tournament that you play. So I think the DT3, as you said, is probably the best pick here.
Yeah, I don't think Japan really has anything else they want to ban either. I mean, Nomad 1, it's a Levi map. It's gonna be, if you've played Levi, you know that his maps are very standard. They're very, they're not super mechanics heavy, but they're very simple. So it's not something either team really wants to ban. They banned Hard Rock 2 of all maps. Not something I was expecting at all.
That's indeed an interesting ban here. They did ban Hard Rock 1 in last week's pool, but Switzerland banned Hard Rock 2 in last week's pool, so it's going to be interesting to see. Japan had a very good lead on the Hard Rock 2 in qualifiers, so it's interesting that they banned that.
To be fair, qualifiers was very light techie Hard Rock 2, and this map is just a higher BPM aim. So what my guess is that they're just not comfortable on 200 BPM CS 6.5, and if that is the case, I can see why they're banning it. But I really don't think Switzerland is that comfortable on it either. So this might be a bit of a misban, but depending on what the scores say on their team sheet, we could be very wrong. As DT3 is finger control. It's not the highest BPM either, too. I believe it's like 195 or something around that kind of range. So it's not the highest BPM, and they did very good, as Switzerland instantly uses the opportunity and picks a DD3.
Yeah. I think this DT3 being what it is in a more of a finger control-y DT, even though it's not really that finger control-y, there is some finger control patterns. It's more of a consistent, be consistent because it's only 1 minute 30. But this is just a very coin flip map in my opinion.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a little up in the air for who wins this. I don't think that Japan has the highest chance of winning this, but they absolutely could if they just can hold combo for long enough. And especially with players such as Mugang and Yukiyama, who have been playing insanely well, not only this match, but the entirety of 6WC. It could very well end up with Japan having a very good lead. But we'll just have to wait and see as we see Natsuko-sama coming back in for the DT3, 7 sort of ops, me and Dot Pyrox, the 3 carries so far staying in the lobby for Switzerland. So let's see how this one goes. I believe we'll be starting very soon.
Yeah, hopefully we're gonna start soon. We don't not see any good lucks have fun yet, but yeah, this map I think is gonna just be a little bit coin flip. It is just try and hold combo throughout the whole map because it's just so short.
Yeah, something we saw earlier too in the, again, Philippines-Australia match. This got picked as, I believe, the last pick, and it got like 7 FCs with like 1 break, if I'm not wrong. I might be wrong on that. I don't remember 100%, but it was very close because of the combos.
Well, this map is not that hard. It's probably one of the easier maps in this pool. Definitely with how well known this song is, so a lot of people will know what kind of structure this map will be. And it's only a DT with 5.1 stars, so it's not even that fast. With the BPM only being at 195, I think.
Yeah.
So it really isn't that fast.
We will just have to wait and see how these players perform as we're getting into the DT3, the first pick after the second ban phase. No more bans here. Protects in a very good spot to be picked. As we get into this, accuracy advantage on the side of Japan. Japan consistently holding accuracy advantages over Switzerland throughout this match, but that combo has been dragging them down. Can they break the curse, or is it gonna happen again? Let's just wait and see, as they're 16-ish K in the lead currently.
Yeah, and that score is growing bit by bit, and it's just based upon the accuracy, because no combos have been dropped yet, but we might see a combo drop soon, with a little bit more of a burst-heavy part here, and we do see Sorda breaking, and that's devastating for Switzerland in a short map like this, because you can see the score lead is exploding pretty rapidly.
Yeah, in a short map like this, any breaks anywhere are incredibly destructful. As Japan currently just holding that quadruple FC, we are getting past half the map. Mugang does find himself a break, with the rest of the players looking somewhat comfortable, but Yukiyama having that low accuracy, holding combo, but a little bit lower than the rest of the Japan team, with Switzerland having good accuracies overall. It's just Dot Pyrox who has a below average accuracy, which is kind of dragging them down. Dot Pyrox finds himself a break, and now Japan triple FC against just the two from Sama and Bobsme, as Japan is just running away with this 300k advantage. Not even a fourth of the map left. Miski finds himself a break, but it's not going to matter as the map is coming very quickly to a close. Natsuko-sama finds himself a break as well. And now, with the end of the map coming in, Japan is going to be taking this break point on the DT3.
Yeah, as I already said, this map is just that, like, random. Because if you just miss once, your score is getting practically quartered, maybe even half if your accuracy is low enough. It's just painful to miss once on this map because you lose so much score.
Yeah, that is just unfortunate for Switzerland. Having another breakpoint, third breakpoint of the match, with Japan now having their pick. with what I believe is most likely going to be No Mod 5. I think at this point there is zero reason to not pick Interior Protect. And if Japan can get this momentum going, it's going to be very good for them.
Yeah, definitely probably gonna see that number 5 come in. Definitely to try and put themselves on match point. With having one of your own picks still open is a great situation.
The question then becomes, after they pick No Mod 5, what do they really have? Because looking at the board right now, we have the Protect from Switzerland being No Mod 4, which they are very good on. We saw the hidden one, which ended up being a breakpoint, but more so because of the hidden reading difficulty than anything. Which is most likely gonna go to Switzerland, but afterwards, what does Japan really pick here? Because while they have a lot of options open afterwards, they have No Mod 1, Hard Rock on, and DT1. All three of those options are kind of risky against Switzerland.
Yeah, definitely with Japan losing that No Mod 3 consistency, the 3 Mod 1 consistency, I don't think No Mod 1 is that great of a pick for them. DT1 also being more of a... It is an older map consistency aim, so maybe that's where they are trying to go into, but I doubt they'll go for the Hard Rock one. There's no way that Switzerland is not picking No Mod 4 in the last pick, and I just don't know if No Mod 1 is that great of a pick for them. So it's going to be pretty hard to find that last pick for them. But we do see that No Mod 5 getting picked here.
Yeah, just going into your bread and butter, going into the gimmick that we know Japan loves for themselves. They love their gimmick, they love playing anything that's low AR, and this map is exactly what they want. It's easy to aim because of the CS3, it's just rhythm, which Shiga and Earl Grey are very good on. Miski as well, pretty good gimmick player overall. So Japan, very much the favorite to win on this map, but we thought that about a lot of maps in this match so far. So Switzerland, not a bad team. They can take this if they really try, but it's going to be a very uphill battle.
Yeah, and with this No Mod 5 being a gimmicky pick, it's the last gimmick pick in the pool for them to use, with the Hidden 2 and the Hard Rock 2 being banned in the last banning phase. It's going to be a difficult battle ahead for Japan here.
We will just have to wait and see, as I believe soon we'll be seeing the Good Luck Have Funs. We do see both rosters in the lobby, with Natsuko-sama sort of upspeed Pyox on the side of Switzerland. Against Shiga, Yukiyama, Earl Grey, and Miski, Japan overall has been playing insanely well, but can they keep it up through this last stretch? Or will they be forced into a tiebreaker or even just an outright loss? What is going on in chat? We're just waiting for them to begin. They are taking a bit of their time here currently, as nothing's really happening. Not sure what we're waiting for currently. Oh, seems like we see a switch. We do see Natsuko-sama going out for Yuno Gasai coming in. Yuno Gasai, a player that I don't believe we've seen until now. A newer player that we've not seen. They played indie qualifiers, and they were decent on some of the gimmick picks. They were pretty good on free mod one as well, which was basically an anti-mod in the qualifiers. So let's see if they can perform here as well, as we get into the No Mod 5, Japan's Protect and Japan's pick. Let's get right into it. Let's get it started.
It's really up to Japan here to find this win, because if they don't, it's going to be a very difficult task to come back in this match.
A very scary one too. Losing on a pick like this, where you're so favored to win, is never a good sign, as they're currently very much in the lead. We did see a few breaks from Gasai and Pyox here in the beginning, as on the other side you have Miski and Shiga on those SSs. Yukiyama 98.5%. Looking very comfortable so far, but anything can happen. We see Pyox and breaking sorta as well. Earl Grey, Miski, and Yukiyama break, and now it's just Vopsme against Shiga. It's a battle of accuracy that Shiga is winning by a landslide.
Yeah, but on the side of Switzerland, there's just no combos. Dotpie had a very long string of misses earlier, and Gasai also not feeling the most comfortable on the map as he misses again. And Japan is trying to recover those combos in Gasai and sorta finding another break.
Yeah, that's just not what you want to see if you're on Switzerland. Japan has built up their 3 broken combos, and they've managed to recover them to a decent degree, especially Miski, who I believe is just on that 1 break from their accuracy and is otherwise SSing the map, which is a very good score so far, as Switzerland is just being left in the dust. 850k lead to Japan. It is still growing. I believe this is going to be one of the largest leads we'll see this entire match by a long shot, as Japan is just absolutely destructive.
They have maxed out the score bar. It's not moving anymore. That's just how big this lead is.
That's the first time I'm seeing this happen in a match after commentating and watching a few, which Japan just absolute destruction here, especially Shiga, who put up an insane performance. 950k, or however that much was, is just
that's
an
a really good
insane
score.
For 8 100s is really good.
Yeah, basically almost 1 million in score difference is crazy for a map like this, definitely on a no mod. But if the map is favored towards one team more than the other, as this one was, it is definitely possible, as you can see.
Yeah, but now we will probably be seeing no mod 4, being completely honest.
Yeah.
As that is Switzerland's picks, it's their last pick as well, and yeah, they insta-pick no mod 4, 0 hesitation. Makes complete sense. This is a pick that they really want to go into and that they really need to win here to get the momentum back.
Yeah. And indeed, the no mod 4 has already been picked. And this map being the tech pick in this pool, it's probably more favored towards Switzerland than towards Japan. And after this pick, we're gonna have one more pick, which is the pick from Japan, their last pick before tiebreaker. It's up to Switzerland to win this one and the next map. And with the maps that are left in this pool, it's pretty likely that there is going to be a chance for Switzerland to come back here. But if Japan does find that comfortable pick that they need to win this match, it can definitely be their win. But definitely this map probably going towards Switzerland, but the next pick is going to be very close.
Yeah, I feel like even though this map is very sided towards Switzerland, after this, I have no idea what Japan wants to do. Because I don't think you want to go into Hard Rock 1 because of it being tapping. I don't think you want to go into DT 1 because of how good Switzerland is overall on DT. And no Mod 1, the consistency of Japan on these longer maps has not been great so far. So Japan doesn't really have a super comfortable pick, and I do feel like Switzerland, if they take this point, get that momentum stopped, they have a real shot of winning whatever Japan wants to pick. But it's obviously a very uphill battle, as we will be getting into no mod 4. First, Switzerland needs to win the no mod 4, and then they can just truly try to win the war here, as we will be slowly getting into it.
Yeah, and we see not really that many changes, I think. Well, Shiumano did come in. I think Mitsuki come in as well. We see RoboFreak and Fabsme as well for Switzerland, I think. Or does Fabs already play the last map? I don't remember. But it
They
did.
have. They've been perma-lobbied so far.
Yeah, it's just RoboFreak that replaced Yunakasai, and Shiga left and got replaced by Shimano.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, Japan, Shimano is a very good tech player. They are better than Shika on these types of maps. We see Yukiyama writing out hope. Let's hope that they have some, as we get into this map, Earl Grey finding an early break, giving a bit of a combo advantage to the side of Switzerland. Not gonna matter too much. This map is on the middling length side, 2.5 minutes. As Switzerland having a bit of a combo lead, but that accuracy on Japan that we've been seeing carry them throughout this entire match so far, just holding up a little better as Earl Grey finds another break. Robo Freak trades it. Dot Pyrox breaks as well, and now Japan on the combo lead.
Yeah, but this part was the easier part, and we see some accuracies being pretty low. There's only one accuracy that's low on the side of Switzerland. On the side of Japan, there's just only one accuracy that is good, which is Yukiyama. But now going into the first harder part of this map, we're probably going to see some breaks on the side of Japan, but for now they're just holding.
We see the break from Earl Grey, we see Dot Pyrox trading that break. Shimano finds a break for himself as well, giving Switzerland a bit of hope here. They have the combo, the score is going to switch over. Robo Freak built up from his early misses, unlike Earl Grey, who's not been able to hold much combo. Breaks again, and now Switzerland is in the lead with a very comfortable combo lead of around 350 combo. And if there's another break on Japan, which looking at the accuracy from Miski, not looking too comfortable, there could be. Robo Freak is the first to find the break, giving Japan a little bit of a shot thanks to the accuracies, but Switzerland not out of the game. Sorta finds a break, which does cut their loss a lot, but Switzerland still having a little bit of a chance with a little bit of luck.
Yeah, Japan is good with those two FCs, but we're now down to one FC with Miski finding that break. But Japan, oh, sorry, not Japan, Switzerland has no FCs left.
Yeah, now it's just the Yukiyama show. She's been so great throughout this entire match and tournament, performing insanely well last week, performing insanely well this week. And as she holds through the hardest slider in the map, Japan, just very barely, by the skin of their teeth, is going to be able to take this match, winning against Switzerland. Switzerland putting up one hell of a fight, going 5-2 in a matchup that seemed very one-sided as the map ends, and Japan is going to be moving on through the losers bracket with Switzerland getting knocked out of the tournament with an insanely good performance against Japan here.
Yeah, Switzerland put up a fight and a half. Breakpointing the first two maps, both teams, was definitely something we were not expecting. And for the rest, Switzerland just winning a map that we really thought that Japan would win. And then it's just unfortunate that Switzerland lost this one, because they were favored on this. But it's just Yukiyama that came through for Japan and won it for them.
Yeah, it's just, unfortunately, I believe the nerves got to the Swiss team and made them lose. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, as Japan going to be moving on, Switzerland getting knocked out. That has been all from us for now. In around 20 minutes, you will be seeing two matches. You will be seeing Argentina against Latvia and Spain versus France. So in a little bit, we will be seeing you once again. Goodbye for now, and congratulations to Japan for their victory.
Yeah, congratulations to Japan, and good luck in the later rounds. And I want to thank the streamer and the ref as well for our TV showcase.
Oh, TV showcase? Okay.
Oh, yay. Okay.
All right, let's see, TB. I have not seen the tiebreaker, if I'm being completely honest. I have not. Is that a good or bad thing?
I, in my opinion, as a player, I would not be happy with a tiebreaker like this.
I see.
Because the song is just not fitting for a tiebreaker. The map does fit, The song doesn't.
This song is called Ends of the Earth. 2, 3, 4.
Alright, let's see. I've not heard this song. Oh, is it this song? It's this song. This is a banger, but kind of questionable before tiebreaker. But hey, I'm not complaining. It's another custom map,
Yeah,
and I don't
it's
believe this
not a
one has
custom.
anything else attached. Does this have like storyboard or something? I don't remember.
No, I don't. I don't think so.
Let me
But
just
it's
quickly-
a shiny breaks in custom tiebreaker. So thank you for mapping this. It's just unfortunate. I think the song just does not fit a tiebreaker.
Yeah, but it's still a very good map from what I can assume. It's a shiny breaks in map. They have a lot of really good maps, so it's still gonna be fun to play and see.
And this tiebreaker being about 5.5 minutes ish, around that. So it's a pretty long one. Okay, 5 minutes 10. Sorry. It is a map that is pretty well balanced in between a little bit of tech, a little bit of aim, a little bit of bursting as well. It's just a little slow. I guess that's also a little bit of the star rating, being honest, but it is just a slower map.
Yeah, I mean, this entire pool is a little on the lower BPM side, so makes a bit of sense. But yeah, it still sounds like a very fun map to play. Are we gonna see a mod showcase too? Are we gonna see something like easy and stuff like that? I would
Surely no one is going to take easy on this.
It would be very funny, to be fair.
Shiga probably might, but
Yeah, Shiga probably, maybe Mugang just for the funsies, like on warm-ups, but
it would be very crazy to see someone hit an easy, for example, to this, because normally tiebreakers are not really easy oriented.
oh yeah, not at all. It would be quite insane to see easy, but it would also
Oh, is that an easy? Wait, is that
I
easy from
think
Shiga?
there is there Shiga in the lobby? There is. Yes, they're on easy.
They're on easy.
Hell yeah, let's go. We get to see tiebreaker with easy, and I believe
And
hidden as well.
hidden from
Yeah.
Ligama and Hardrock from Wavy.
This is just the Japan team. The Swiss team left.
That's actually true. Yeah, it's just Japan.
Yeah, that's kind of sad, but understandable as well.
Yeah. Everyone from Switzerland did leave, I think. Yeah. And you can see that Japan just likes the mods.
Yeah, they very much do.
And this is just a showcase, so we're gonna just stay a little bit more silent because the song is pretty good. So we want to just
let's
also showcase the players and the song.
torn up and yellowed, my face in